perpetrated on the high seas or international waters against a ship outside the state's jurisdiction. On the other hand, armed robbery at sea refers to act of violence against ships within the state's internal and territorial waters. CIMAC emphasized that the distinction is important for the application of national and international law consideration of countermeasures stemming from this. It is also vital for settling jurisdictional issues when a suspect is arrested, prosecuted, and convicted. The organization added that piracy and armed robbery against vessels are some of the modern-day challenges of maritime and offshore industries. According to CIMAC, the IMB had theft at Takoradi Anchorage in Ghana and Luanda Anchorage in Angola as evidence of piracy attacks. However, CIMAC notes that ships at sea often encounter fishing canoes in coastal waters, which are usually reported as suspicious approaches by suspect pirates. In some cases, local fish folks are presumed as pirates when sighted by cargo ships. CIMAC is closely monitoring report of complicity with some crew members who sell paint and other materials to their agent or buyers and then report theft of some items to the owners. CIMAC assured the shipping community that Ghana has not recorded any piracy incidents within the period of the report or the past years. CIMAC has therefore called on all relevant stakeholders to continue sustained effort to make the sea safe, free of piracy, robbery, and theft at Anchorage across the board. In other stories this morning, the Deputy Minister for Transport, Hassan Tampuli, says his outfit will back the proposal by the Ghana Airport Company Limited for an upward review of domestic airport passenger service charges, APSC. He notes that the infrastructure developments being undertaken at the regional airport were enough justification for pursuing the review so that Kotoka International Airport is relieved of the burden of subsidizing the operations of regional airports in Ghana. He made these comments at the 8th Annual General Meeting of GACL held at Kotoka International Airport. In 2022, the 5 Ghana cedis charge to each domestic passenger for the use of on-ground aviation infrastructure yields just under 4.3 million Ghana cedis, the amount which translates into a little under 360,000 Ghana cedis per month remains inadequate in the maintenance of Kumasi, Sunyani, Ho Tamale Airport and Terminal 2 of the Kotoka International Airport in Accra used for domestic operations. Typically, for the existing regional airports such as Tamale Airport, the major expenditure line, electricity and water supply, maintenance of lighting equipment, air conditioning, janitorial services, waste disposal, maintenance of terminal building, and other overhead costs is close to 1 million cedis per month. Hence, the proposal by GACL for a review. While an upward review has largely been endorsed by aviation analysts, the margin of increase is not firm yet. Meanwhile, the CEO of St. Mandes Company Limited, the St. Mandes, told Aviation Ghana that the said proposed increment is long overdue and it is the surest way for the GACL to operate and maintain various airports in the country. On his part, the Deputy Minister of Transport, Hassan Tampuli, commended the board and management of the Ghana Airport Company Limited, GACL, for gradually stemming the company out of financial challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Tampuli, who represents the Minister for Transport, Kwekufuri Siama, said the ministry had made several interventions to ensure a viable aviation subsector. If you just join us, you're listening to Maritime and Port News. The National Petroleum Authority (NPA) is developing a framework to regulate the importation, storage, and processing and marketing of bitumen in the country. The framework, which will have input from the Ghana Standards Authority GSA, the Ghana Highway Authority, and the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, is to streamline the bitumen supply chain and ensure compliance with quality standard specifications. The NPA Chief Executive Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid, the management members of the authority made this known during an inspection tour of the bitumen storage and production plant at Tema, jointly owned by the Good Energy and Societe Multinational de Bitumen of Cote d'Ivoire. The facility, with 7,500 metric tons installed capacity, takes delivery of bitumen from Cote d'Ivoire. One component of the facility produced polymer modified bitumen and bitumen emulsions, which are combinations of bitumen and some chemicals. Operations started in September 2022 and arrangements are underway for the official commissioning of the plant, possibly by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his Ivorian counterpart, Mr. Alassane Ouattara, this year. Now, per the law establishing the NPA, it has the mandate to regulate all petroleum products, including bitumen, which is mainly used for road construction. Dr. Abdul Hamid affirmed the commitment of NPA to streamline the bitumen supply chain to ensure compliance with industry standards. On the international front, North Sea Container Line (NCL), a small Norwegian line with 5 ships in its fleet, has laid out highly ambitious decarbonization plans seeking to slash fleet's 50% of emissions by 2025. To this end, the company has signed an agreement with carbon analytic company Sigla Carbon (NCL) 25. The ship hull and hold are optimized for energy efficiency, and the ship size is maximized for the Norwegian coast. All design measures added up to 63% reduction in energy use per ton mile. However, emissions number will also be impacted by the operations of the fleet. Therefore, NCL operate have KPIs related to energy use per container and will receive daily updates from Sigla Carbon. The world's largest owner and leaser of shipping containers, Triton International, is being taken private by Brookfield Infrastructure Partners in a deal with the company at $13.3 billion. Brookfield Infrastructure will pay $85 per share for Triton, a 35% premium to Triton closing price on Tuesday. Triton shareholders will receive $68.50 per share in cash, with the remaining $16.50 in partial share of Brookfield. The deal, which Triton announced Wednesday, valued equity at $4.7 billion, with a reminder of the transaction pricing representing its net debt. The transaction is expected to close in the fourth quarter, subject to approval from Triton shareholders as well as regulatory approvals. On this note, we wrap up this morning's edition of Maritime and Port News. Maritime and Port News is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide you with the best in all your shipping solutions. You can always contact them at the Shippers House in Accra. For more Maritime and Port News, follow me on YouTube at Nanesi Boateng. My name is Nanesi Boateng, my producer, Kwikwa Boateng. Have a great weekend.